Today, the citizens of Zimbabwe gathered to convey their sentiments concerning the impending launch of the bond notes by the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. Governor, today you will hear genuine concerns from genuine citizens, because it is we who will be affected the most by what we generally feel is not a well thought out solution. We are about to go with these bond notes to a place that we are too familiar with, and we are quite literally not happy to go back. We cannot pretend that we agree with or understand your idea. But what we are certain about is that we do not want the bond notes.
I listened to the president the other day speaking about bond notes, and according to him, it's a done deal. They will get used to it. They did that with bond coins, so let's just give it to them. And that got me so angry to say, this man is taking us for fools. He's taking us for granted. And that's why I'm here today. So I'm not a politician today, I'm a citizen from Highfield. Now the fundamental issue is that Zimbabwe is bankrupt. If you ask anyone out there where the 10 billion that we owe international development partners went, nobody knows. If you ask anyone where the RBZ debt of 1.3 billion that has not been transparent about who benefited from that, we don't know. If we begin to ask all the non-performing loans in the banking system that have been taken over by the Reserve Bank, that who benefit from those, we don't know. So our major suspicion is that this is actually money laundering. What they're trying to do is to sanitize the debt of the chefs.
Now, last week when the President addressed the Central Committee, he indicated that everyone who is opposed to bond notes is either political or ignorant. Now, I'm neither. Now, what people weren't aware of is a hidden gem that lies in the Constitution, which is Section 68. Very little is said of this section, but it is our goldmine as citizens. And it says this, I'll read it, it does bear reading. It says every person has a right to administrative conduct, that's government conduct, that is lawful, that is prompt, that's efficient, that's reasonable, that's proportionate, that's impartial, and both substantively and procedurally fair. So we have a right from our government to conduct that is lawful. Now, Dr. Manguchi, as part of the government, his office is created under Section 14 of the Reserve Bank Act, is subject to Section 68. In other words, he owes us an obligation of lawful conduct, reasonable conduct, conduct that's both procedurally fair and substantively fair. Fairness is a huge criterion. Is it fair to take away my money and give me paper in return? And subsection 1, it says the bank may, in respect of the banking institution which holds an account with the bank, discount the following instruments. So what this points to is any notes issued by the bank, as you say, bonds, etc., have to be for the use of a bank. You cannot unleash those onto us and say use those and trade with those on a daily basis. The Act specifically says that you give bonds, you give treasury bills, etc., to a bank which holds an account with you. So I don't think the bond notes can be used on that basis.
What will happen if we do not issue the bonds? In the case of gold, what will happen is that the gold companies are paying 5% points to those who are producing artisanal gold miners. You are aware that some time back our gold production has gone down to almost 8 tons. Now it's high to 20 tons. If we don't do anything to those producers of gold, the gold will go down, say, by 40%. And you find that the 40% gold is almost $400 million. So I can tell that precise that way. If you look at the tobacco production, by the way, exports of tobacco is about $800 million. Exports of gold is about $750 million. exports of platinum about $500 million. 500. No, I'm not there. Exports of ferrochrome is about 300. Export of diamonds about 300 million. So yes, so 300. So if you add those five, they come up 2.6 billion thereabout, and that is 80%, reason 5%, 80% of this group of this economy. And if you do not provide incentive, say to platinum, for example, to platinum, say Zimplats, for example, the price of platinum has gone down throughout the whole world. The world commodity price has gone down by about 30%. So it means that even the jobs won't be secured.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.